ranging one because the best science fiction is couched in gripping action terms, and this film, this script has plenty of that. It has numerous thrilling set pieces, I believe, that will grip even the viewer who's just fixated on the eye kicks of the future, the thrills and action, and yet there's a deeper level that addresses very perplexing philosophical problems and ethical problems. And I think that this dual level to the narrative will broaden the appeal of the film to across a wide range of audiences. These ideas have been gestating in my fiction for a long time, and they've also this project Chimera itself has been a labor of love for approximately 3 years now. I've been working with the producer Tom Engelman, famed for his work on such films as Pitch Black and The Last Samurai, and to get with his input, the script has gone through numerous refinements until the point where we feel it captures exactly what we need to convey for our core themes and our core character development. This is my first attempt at doing a screenplay. I've done comic book scripts, which are superficially similar to screenplays to some extent, but even that experience didn't totally prepare me for the novel demands and the novel opportunities inherent in a screenplay. And I use novel as kind of a pun, since a screenplay is diametrically opposed in some extent to an actual prose novel. But the fresh challenges inherent in writing a screenplay appeal to me, and I think it's allowed me to bring out a lot of the visual qualities that are inherent in my prose, but in a different way entirely. So that's been a very rewarding experience. The lead character is a fellow named Deke. It's a little tribute to one of our famous Apollo astronauts named Deke. Our character Deke is kind of an explorer into the unknown in a sense, because although he starts out as very mundane in a sense, he's just an average working Joe, he does venture into territory that his fellows are not morally or courageously equipped to go into. So he does, although you might assume that he has just an everyman quality to him, he emerges as rather an exemplary, kind of exceptional human being who's pushed beyond his limits and manages to confront those limits, supersede them, not without some pain and travail, but he ends up bettering himself to a large degree, and bettering society to a large degree too, I think, by his trials and tribulations. His co-star, so to speak, is a female lead named Cricket. She has just a single name, and that's because she's one of the animal-human hybrids, one of the transgenic creatures who inhabit this brave new world of Chimera. And Chimera itself, the term, is a term drawn from mythology that referred to a kind of mythological creature fused together from many disparate parts. And scientists today now use the term to refer to these same types of creatures that they're creating in the laboratory, creatures that incorporate many different genomes into their being. So Cricket's a chimera, and she is not quite human, not quite animal. She's a fusion of both, with some surprising qualities that I think will lend a certain unpredictable wildness to this movie, a kind of excitement that you wouldn't get from a cast of 100% human beings. I mentioned scripting comics before. Comics are actually the first thing I ever read, as it doesn't happen quite so much nowadays, but when I was growing up, comics were vastly more popular even than they are today in their movie version. The comics themselves sold in millions, and they were often an entry point for young readers. And my very first reading was uh, in the area of comics, and I've remained a loyal fan to this day. And I've scripted a few myself, most notably an authorized sequel to a work by Alan Moore. And I feel that the comics medium, with its unlimited budget for special effects, so to speak, whatever the illustrator can get down on the page, which is practically anything, comics represents an extension of movies. They're locked in a kind of feedback loop with movies, and whereas Chimera was intended always primarily as a movie script, it has an easy portability into the world of comics. And the whole concept can be transferred, I think, very elegantly to the printed page. Um, as far as one other medium, television, I see no impediment at all to Chimera making the transition from the big screen to the small screen. It's the venues such as the Sci-Fi Channel are doing remarkable things with science fiction these days, and the visual allure and the ethical issues and the philosophical and technological issues of Chimera would translate perfectly, I think, to an ongoing series for the small screen. So basically, I just am indulging in a little of your time today to reaffirm my excitement about this project, and my hope that some other people will get as infected with this idea as Tom and I are, and carry it forward to its completion so that we can all savor this world of the near-term future, a world with immense potential and immense side effects and dangers and thrills as well. And thank you for your time.